Okay, so today is registration day and signing up for classes. I just signed up myself, so I thought I'd walk everybody through it. Once you're on the website here, you can either register if you have not registered yet, or if you have already, just log in with your username and password. And once I'm logged in, I will walk you through the process. So if you go into community, and then work your way down to resources, you'll see annual membership payment. You can click on that. And since we're not able to be in person for this meeting today, we're going to just use the PayPal method, and we've got that linked with the church. So you can pay with PayPal and pay the $50 annual fee. You will get an email to confirm that payment. And then after you've done that, go back to resources and click on forms. So I was a little confused myself with this first one here, church registration. That's simply to give the information to the church for yourself, your family members, your kids will be coming to JMJ every week. That does not mean that you are no longer going to be a member of your own personal church. It's just to get your name in with St. Anthony the Abbot. Then please read and review all of these guidelines. It helps you to understand pretty much the principles behind JMJ and what it stands for, and guidelines for behavior and code of conduct. Once you've done that, come down to this submit agreements and waivers. You print out membership agreement, one per family, the medical release form, one per family. The medical history is one per child. The adult liability and waiver is if you have a child who's over 18 and will be at JMJ weekly or at field trips, things like that, with the family members, they need their own special separate waiver. So this only needs to be filled out if you have a child over 18. Considering that we are not able to meet in person and that the church is pretty much closed right now with the office, the application, all this paperwork here that needs to be printed out, you can simply just mail to Catherine, and I have her address here. It is 12440 Masterson Road, Weeki Wachee, Florida 34614, and we can probably get that address put up on the website to have a visual of that. Okay, so that takes care of the application process and becoming an official member. Once you have completed that, you can go back to resources and scroll down. I think I'm in the wrong place. I have to remember. Oh, well, one feature here is the teacher's bio. If you would like to get some background on the teachers, you can look through here. Catherine Coco is going to be teaching the Catholic icing, and she's also going to be leading the nature study class. Leonard Perino is going to be part of the handicrafts. He will be doing the leather work for 6 weeks of the 24 weeks for the handicrafts class. I will explain that a little bit further in a few minutes. Vince Vanny will be working with Jane Russell Gettings in the dance acrobatics class. I will be doing choir, but in my description it's a little vague because I had mentioned I could do a mix of musical instruments if people wanted to sign up and play an instrument, or I could just simply do choir. If it's basically choir, I probably would change the fee to only $5 per class, since I would hope that we could sing at the church. If we wanted to do instrumentals and collaborating ensembles and such, that would be, just more work. So that's why the price I listed was what it was. Ashley, forgive me if I can't say your last name, Jatten will be doing the story time class for the pre-K kids. Laura Dean will be teaching the fine arts class. And Catherine Olson is the gymnastics instructor. And Father Pecci will be teaching Latin and algebra to the middle school, high school children. So now going into the classes, go into community, come on down here to classes. And it's pretty nicely set up right here. We have to give some props to Catherine and Paul Poco for putting all of this together. It looks wonderful, and it functions really well too. So if you look, it seems a little overwhelming at first, but it really does work, and it works out the best because some classes are different age groups than other classes. And so what you want to do is just think about your child that you want to sign up and think about what grade they're in. If they're in 4th grade, just look right here. At 9 o'clock, they can take gymnastics. At 10 o'clock, they can take choir or art. And at 11 o'clock, they can take basics of dance acrobatics. I keep saying aerobics. So it helps a lot that way. 6th graders have lots of options here. At 9, they have ballroom. They can pick between the 10 o'clock hour between choir, art, gymnastics, and Latin. And then the 11 o'clock hour is algebra. The handicrafts, I was saying I'd explain, is a work in progress right now. As of right now, I have one teacher who can teach leatherworking. He wanted to do around the October time frame so that the kids can have a leather project completed in time for Christmas. I'm also trying to get basket weaving, sewing, whittling. If we can get 4 different teachers to teach a 6-week class that the children could learn a skill, like the foundation of a skill, complete a project. It'll give them an idea if it's something that they want to pursue and continue with. From speaking with Leonard Perino, who is the leather worker, he said 2-hour class would work nicely to teach the kids the safety, to get them prepared, to get them started, and then to be able to work with them and actually get them to complete a project in a 6-week time frame. Considering that most people who would be willing to teach the handicrafts class are probably retired, everyone I've spoken with so far has said that they don't want to be obligated to 24 weeks because they do vacations and such. So the 6 weeks seems to work out nicely where they can commit to that small period of time and be able to give back to the community in that way. So I will keep you posted on this, but if you're interested, feel free to sign up right here in the classes for this class, and I will just keep you posted as to what we find. And if you know anybody who's interested in teaching a class and has a specific skill that you think would be beneficial for the kids, please contact me and let me know. So Catherine has offered a nature study class here for the younger kids, so that families who have to stay past lunch, if the older children are taking handicrafts, the younger kids will have a nature study that they could do, which really goes nicely with the Charlotte Mason curriculum if anybody is doing that. There will also be, at the 1 o'clock hour, a yearbook graphic design class that will also be taught by Laura Dean, the art instructor. And this will be using one of the website platforms such as Tree Ring to create the yearbook for our group every year. The kids will work together on doing that, but my mother is actually Laura Dean, so I know that she went to school for graphic design, and she will be able to instruct how to lay out the pages, how to make things flow properly and aesthetically. So that's pretty much how this works right here. If you scroll down, you can see the general schedule, the first Friday schedule. And then if you would like any information, if you're curious about what the classes would be like, you can click on one. For example, the gymnastics class, you can click on, and then you can read a little bit about it and about what they'll be learning in the class. And if you want to sign your child up, you can scroll down. Here's pre-K to kindergarten, and continue on, 3rd through 5th grade, and 6th through high school. So you can see how many spots are taken, how many spots are remaining. After you have done that, you can look down and see what you have signed up for. So this is what I've signed my kids up for, all listed right here. And that is pretty much it. This is pretty exciting that all of this has come together just since January. It's a lot of potential and a lot of things to look forward to for our county and for our families moving forward. If you look over here, our 11 o'clock hour is definitely going to be for the moms. We're going to be doing our spiritual enrichment, gospel reflection, rosary. Hopefully we'll be able to pick out a couple of books to read through together. And so for that reason, no moms are teaching at this 11 o'clock hour. That's why 10 o'clock looks pretty busy. But this enables us to be able to have that time for ourselves. Now, What does that mean? It means we need some high schoolers to help with young kids who may not be in a class. So if you have any high school children who would like to volunteer to help watch the kids in the main room with us while we're doing our prayer time, that would be wonderful. We also need 2 moms to volunteer at the 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock hour in the rec room that's in the back. It's the high school mobile that's behind the hall. And there's a couch, there's like a pool table, foosball table, TV, and the kids can just hang out there if they're not taking classes. But to follow church guidelines, we need to have 2 mothers there each hour to watch. We would also need 2 adults outside if the children are playing. So volunteers for that would be great. And that's that, guys. Looking forward to an amazing school year.